Times, history, and fate meet at a single time, in a single place, to shape a turning point in man's unending search for freedom. So it was at Lexington and Concord. So it was a century ago at Appomattox. So it was last week in Selma, Alabama. There, long-suffering men and women peacefully protested the denial of their rights as Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Many were brutally assaulted. One good man, a man of God, was killed. Many of the issues of civil rights are very complex and most difficult. But about this, there can and should be no argument. Every American citizen must have an equal right to vote.
How long will justice be crucified and truth buried? Yes, sir. I come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment, yes, sir, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crushed to earth will rise again. Yes, sir. How long? Not long. Yes, sir. Because no lie can live forever. Yes, sir.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. Probably sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
325. We live.
Yep.
Welcome
Yep.
to Hoodview Politics. This is where we go in a deep, detailed dive into politics from the hood view. You know what I'm saying? Dive.
For sure.
I'm Rabbit Jones.
I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother.
This is Hoodview Politics, HVP. Now, we got a full slate today for sure. A lot going on. We're going to start this thing off with indictments. Indictments. I need to ask everybody a question, right? Do you think Trump have a get out of jail free card to get out of this mess?
Yeah, if you get in the White House.
Huh?
Yeah, if you get in the White House, he can pardon himself.
Exactly. That's to get out of jail free card. When you play Monopoly, you remember play Monopoly and shit?
Something like that.
You ain't like Monopoly?
Yeah. Too goddamn long.
For real?
Man, you start playing Monopoly games.
It is long. It is long. Checkers long too.
About 3. Shit. How the checkers you playing?
Chess long too.
Chess can be long, but checkers
long too.
Checkers shouldn't be that long.
You playing with two people that's good.
It ain't long as Monopoly.
Nah.
Monopoly be damn near 3 hours.
Then depending on how many people you got.
Shit, it can be you and one other person. Be damn near.
If you got 4 people, it's going fast.
You know, especially you motherfuckers.
2 people, then yeah.
Somebody done bought up all them cheap ass properties and railroads.
I
and
used
shit.
to do that. That was me. I used to buy everything cheap everywhere. On so many properties and shit, bro.
You done bought motherfucker. What's that shit? Ventura Place or Baltic Avenue.
My God.
And put 9 houses on the shit.
Niggas got to give you $1 and shit. That cheap ass joint.
Right. Get your bitch.
I used to buy all that shit though, yeah. Because eventually you might get lucky and fuck around and slip up. And get a big one. Once you get a big one with all that shit, then you go point.
you get that boardwalk in that park place,
Oh, my
or any of the
goodness.
green joints, Pennsylvania Avenue, or
Oh,
whatever, all
man.
that shit. Then you make some money
That's the
off that shit,
hell
but
yeah.
them little motherfucker shit used to burn me up and shit. You done went past go, got your $200, and then landed on one of them cheap motherfuckers, had to get that $200 right back.
Hell yeah. Do not pass go.
Do not pass go.
That's what
On
goddamn
hand.
So anybody don't know, former president of the United States, Donald Trump, has been indicted once again.
Again.
2 times.
2 times. Two.
It's 2.
2 times.
He also did the 2 impeachment thing too.
Yeah.
And he liked the 2s.
But he only going to jail once.
Now,
Motherfucker ain't going to jail.
to separate this thing for everybody, right? The other indictments were state indictments, right? This federal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different level of things happening here, but
Yeah.
when you get to federal things, and
Yeah.
not a black man in America that would get 37 indictments in one count, one joint, and at one swoop, right? A month later, get another 37 and still get to walk the earth. Get the fuck out of here, bro. There's no way in the fuck. Not only this bitch ass, pig ass
But the something to the bad
will
thing,
get to run for president while he at it.
but thing about it, they floating out all this jail time shit and all this shit. They ain't putting that motherfucker in jail because you can't put him in jail. You can't. He's a former president. The motherfucker entitled to Secret Service protection for the rest of his fucking life. Everywhere
Unless he
you go.
locked up.
And nah, even if he locked up, you got to
He relinquished that.
shit. When?
We gonna have the Aryan Brotherhood bodyguard his ass in jail? Fuck him.
Nah, the motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. You got to protect the son of a bitch because the son of a bitch, even though he has secrets stored in the toilet by the toilet in his house, he still knows shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put the dumb motherfucker in jail. It's all about disgracing the motherfucker and making sure he don't never run again.
He already exposed everything he fucking know to anybody. Russia, who don't give a fuck. So anything he knew, he already done told him. He don't know nothing else.
It may be true, but still,
he don't know shit else.
By the
he know too much though. Yeah,
I mean, he a motherfucker like this. Trump is he the highest of profile. You can't put the motherfucker in jail. I mean, you could, but you can't put the motherfucker in general population. That means you're a motherfucker gonna sit there on PC for the rest of his fucking life or however long he in jail. They ain't gonna do that to that motherfucker. They ain't gonna. And they don't want to be
talking to his cellmate.
Yeah, and then they don't want the look. They don't want the look of locking a fucking ex-president up.
Nah,
they just gonna disgrace the motherfucker.
At the same time, you gotta get the same look of ex-president can't do what the fuck he wants to.
Right. So it's a fine line.
Hell yeah.
It's too dangerous for him and for the country, knowing the shit that he know. The motherfucker put the dumb motherfucker in jail, So you can't put him in general population when you put him in jail. So that shit is out.
Yeah, that's
so the only thing you can do,
you're gonna send him to a fluff ass camp thing.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is motherfucking put the motherfucker is disgrace his ass, perp walk his ass.
You gotta put the cuffs on him.
Yeah, this time I think they might. They should disgrace his ass. Right.
Federal. So everybody that's late, it's new charges get them put on Donald Trump. Now anybody out there is screaming, "Oh no, that's them trying to just get him." You can't just get anybody with charges, bro. There's no way you can just trump up shit and give it to people. No pun intended. This Bama got a willful retention of national defense information. Do y'all understand that? This charge covers account 1 to 31. Only applies to Trump is for allegedly storing 31 documents in Mar-a-Lago. Conspiracy to obstruct justice. We ain't got to explain that. We know he does that. Of the break. Withholding a document or a record from the government. He did that. Can we agree? Can we agree Biden didn't do that? He did that. Anybody listening right now, right? Hillary Trump ain't do that. I mean, Hillary.
No.
I say Hillary Trump. Hillary Clinton ain't do that, right?
Yeah.
Corruption, concealing a document or record to the public. Oh my God. These are things when they give you shit like this, they swear you under oath and all that good shit. He's spilling the beans. He's spilling the beans, Tony, bro. He's spilling.
I think
he schemed to conceal. You think they gonna get him on that?
yeah.
Hell the fuck yeah.
If they got this, what I didn't understand. I mean, I thought the motherfucking conspiracy was the scheme to conceal. So I guess it's two different charges. That's the first one I heard.
False statements and that's false statements when you say that.
Yeah, the conspiracy part. The conspiracy part is all you need is one of a motherfucker helping you. That's a conspiracy. So he got that, the motherfucker, the other chump they charge.
Problem is, his lawyers now are put into it because they were basically doing. See, most of them is recanting themselves. They snitching. They giving up all the evidence because they gonna get locked the fuck up because they helping them by hiding shit, right?
See what happened.
So they want to get their name out of that.
So what happened with the lawyers? Well, the lawyers quit. 2 lawyers quit.
Yeah, he got to get their ass locked. He
got to get new lawyers before Tuesday. But the thing about the lawyer is that the motherfucker went to court and he was trying to motherfucker claim lawyer client privilege, which is you got every right to, but since the motherfucking shit that he took involved national secrets and secrets that's intelligence secrets or whatever, and defense secrets, they breached that. They told him that shit ain't gonna count because you gotta know what you took, and we know what these motherfuckers and know what these documents pertain to. So he, like I said, he in a world of shit. He might leave his ass on house arrest for the rest of his life.
Well, my thing is, he's still gonna run for president.
Oh yeah, he said that. You can just hanging out.
You can keep delaying it where you either became president or not by that time. You know what I'm saying?
But
I mean, the man had a box of shit in his bathroom and shit like that, bro.
I mean, he probably was
hiding shit.
He just probably wanted something to read while he was taking his number 2.
Got his lawyers scared as fuck. They ain't trying to nothing to do with this, bro. No, put that shit in the closet over there. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? They did it.
But see, this is the problem. And this will be the problem if he was to get back in office. The dude don't listen to nobody. Nobody can't tell him nothing. You know, he been told so many times, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't say this, you can't say that. But he do it anyway. He don't care. He had a don't care gene, and he's motherfucking using it. And the dude is dangerous because you don't know who's seen these documents and why. And the question nobody is, I think they asking it among themselves in the law community, whatever, because that's part, because they don't want to put it out in the public and cause a panic or start all these rumors and shit, because there is defense shit. But the question is, why did he take him, and what the fuck was he gonna do with him?
Obviously, he hiding shit that's gonna fuck him up. Some shit he done did some type of way.
Right.
That's obvious.
The word is, and this came out of the motherfucking mouth itself, Kid Rock. Come on, Kid fucking Rock. Kid Rock say that the motherfucker, or somebody say he showed Kid Rock some of the maps and some other shit pertaining to one of the countries over there that making plans against. Oh, yeah, against North Korea, and then ask Kid Rock, what should we do about North Korea? Really? Really, Republicans? Really, MAGA people? That's who y'all want That's who y'all want. Somebody that's dumb and reckless. Y'all want this back in the White House for real?
This actual indictments right here. The actual indictments that Trump got in his hands right now.
See, the judge that's initially handling this case that he got to go. I don't know. I guess this is when
Let's
he's going
read some
before
of this
Tuesday. She's a Trump appointee, and she's already showed that she's biased towards Trump. So, look,
The fourth joint said at 12 o'clock p.m. on January the 20th, 2021, Trump
inauguration.
ceased to be president.
Yep.
As he departed the White House, Trump called scores of boxes, many of which contained classified documents, to be transported to Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach, Florida, where he maintained his residence. Trump was not authorized to possess or retain or move those classified documents.
Well, I think a lot of that shit was moved before it was moved before January 20th, because we know for a fact that Trump wasn't in DC on January 20th because he refused, being a sore loser that he was.
Of course,
He refused to
he got people to get that shit though.
right. He
Them the people
refused to
that's in
attend the
trouble.
inauguration because Pence attended the inauguration in place of him when the sitting president supposed to have been there, and it's supposed to be in a peaceful and orderly transfer of power. So a lot of that shit, when he left town a couple of days before the inauguration. So he probably took a rack of that shit, and then he probably had, like you say, some other shit packed up, and like don't when y'all leave, don't get that shit right there.
The third count. The classified documents Trump stored in his boxes included information regarding defense and weapons capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, the United States nuclear programs, potential voluntary of United States and allies in military attacks, and plans for possible retaliations in response to foreign attacks. The unauthorized disclosure of these documents, these classified, I repeat, classified documents could be put at risk of national security of the United States, bro.
I think they did. Because
now, hold on. You got to think about this for a minute, right? You got a former president that's leaving, and his only concern is to get nuclear weapons. And who are we going to attack? How are we going to attack them if they fuck with us? Really? Who are you giving that to? Can you take one guess?
I can take 3-4 guesses right off the break. Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin,
Like,
the Saudis,
what the fuck would he need that for?
The motherfucker, Xi, and it goes the motherfucking Venezuela.
Anybody out there right now that love Trump, can you explain to me what would he need this for?
Because
other than what he just said, you can't need it for anything else.
Look,
what the fuck is his problem? He's like a motherfucking a plant or something, bruh.
Look,
it's funny that America was where we are now. Is not ready for a plant. Like if somebody was to plant somebody here and run for president, it would be Trump. You feel me? Like all these foreign countries, if they was to plant somebody in the country to make them run for president, it would fucking be Donald Trump, bro.
I think the information.
Anybody that run around and try to hide documents,
I think the shit was for sale.
For them, yeah.
I think it was. Because I think I'm gonna put it like this. Maybe somebody get me right if I'm wrong. I think the motherfucker owed money. He owed money to a lot of motherfucker foreign people. And motherfuckers don't want to admit it because they think he's such a great businessman. Really some shit. But he got money out there. He trying to build hotels here. Nobody never explained how when Trump left the White House, Jared Kushner gets $2 billion from the Saudis. For what? For what? And then now it pops up that he got all kind of motherfucking classified documents about defense systems, defense capabilities, shit in foreign countries, and all this old other stuff. So I don't think the dude took it for nothing. He ain't took it and put it in the bathroom so he had something to read while he on the toilet stool. That's bullshit.
On top of that, bro, he got all this shit in there. And be having parties like 5,000-10,000 people. There's parties there. And got all this shit in there, bro.
Look, don't forget when the Chinese woman came in there, the fake Chinese woman came in there like she was something else, and it turned out she was a Chinese spy. So, and let's get one thing straight. Dude, every weekend or every other weekend, he was in Mar-a-Lago. You don't know what he done took to Mar-a-Lago and left
this
laying
shit crazy,
around.
bro.
In the 4 years he was in the White House, you don't know what he took there, what he done told people. Is even in the indictment that he done showed it off to people. You don't know who know what. In the 4 years that this dude he goes there every weekend. So you know he taking documents and taking papers with him.
They demanded this nigga
Come
for
on.
months and months after he left to bring that shit back, bro. Why the fuck do you even got that?
But the shit he brought it on himself because all the
But
fuck
yeah,
he had to
I
do.
don't remember Bill Clinton leaving all this bullshit.
Yeah.
With all the secrets and shit, all them nuclear weapons and all this bullshit. I don't remember them taking all that.
And you're not going to remember because even if it could, you know what? Just say for the sake of supposing, it might have happened. It might have happened because when you packing up that shit, you probably taking your personal papers, you taking this, that, and the third. You packing up a lot of shit. So, who are we to say that at one time Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George Bush, or somebody didn't accidentally slip something in there that they weren't supposed to,
bro?
And the National Archives called and say, "Hold on, we need to come check your records because we missing this file," and they just gave it back, and that's the end of that.
This Mar-a-Lago, right?
Right.
He barely there. Guess who there? Motherfuckers cleaning up. Motherfuckers doing the yard. Guess you think they ain't seen this?
Yeah, but he was in Mar-a-Lago.
You think these motherfuckers ain't been through that yet?
I just said that.
Like, come on. Like, anybody in that joint is cleaning up, seen that by now, and was like, bruh, you some motherfucking documents here. Look at this shit. Come on, bruh.
Check this out. Like I just said.
He's somewhere in motherfucking
Trump spent
Canada or some shit.
When Trump wasn't on a motherfucking a political trip or out of the country, Trump spent 5 days in DC every weekend. That's what they was complaining about. Every weekend he was in Mar-a-Lago, like he had weekends off. This was every or most weekends he was in Mar-a-Lago. You do not know what papers he took and what files, documents, or whatever he been taking down to Mar-a-Lago when he go, because he spent so much time down there. You don't know who's seen what. You don't know how. You see how he left it laying around. They found this shit in 5
Maze, all types of shit and look through this shit, bro.
No, this is not only
they probably gave that shit to cocktails and all
this
types of shit, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't know if it was maize. It could have been a plant that was put up in there. They could have sent somebody up in there disguised as a maid. It could have been a spy that they motherfucking set somebody up and know that he'll hire this type of person and blah 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 and go through there and whatever you see and you find out and let me know. Come on, you don't know what kind of this shit wasn't secure. I mean, yeah, it had Secret Service, but it didn't have Secret Service like that when he wasn't there.
He literally put our country at risk now, bro, by nuclear weapons. Why he need to take that with him? Man, get the fuck out of here. There's no telling who got all that information.
Right.
That's just over.
I mean, just like he take the briefcase with him with a football go wherever he go, but they change the numbers every day.
That's fucked up, bro.
And then y'all motherfuckers want to trust him with the football again? Please, I don't trust that motherfucker with a. I don't trust that motherfucker with a Molotov cocktail.
Just tune in. 37 counts, indictments, federally on the former President Donald Trump. Now, if anybody don't really understand what's happening, when he left office, he took a lot of boxes of things that was secure, supposed to be secure, national security shit, nuclear weapons programs. He took shit that had something to do with our defense, how we're defend against motherfuckers, other countries. It's like, other reason you would need this is you a fucking espionage bitch ass nigga. They need to hang this nigga, bro. Be honest with you.
What I don't understand is,
fuck the politics. Fuck he a racist. They ain't trying to just blow the whole country up.
What I don't understand is that kind of shit that he took.
Fuck that.
That he took. The shit belongs to the National Archives. What I don't understand is, at some point after the election in November, he leaves in January. As the presidency is rolling down. Now I understand that some shit you probably need, but some shit the archive should have been already making sure that a motherfucker turn that shit back in, no matter who the president is. Do a motherfucker say, "Oh damn, is the president responsible for going through the shit and seeing?"
It's no excuses, bro.
Because everybody don't have everybody.
You giving them excuses for this shit.
I'm not giving them excuses.
It's specific shit that's being grabbed.
My thing is this:
nuclear program shit,
right?
And defense against other foreign countries.
So
that's specific shit. That's not accidental.
Look, everybody doesn't. Only certain people can see the shit that is in them files. He had one file that was marked for 5 eyes only. That means it's only 5 people in the world that is authorized to see that. He is one of them. And there's 4 others beside him that is authorized to see this. My thing is, this shit everybody can't see. So the motherfuckers who got classification and the motherfuckers who responsible for, where is these motherfuckers at the time that this motherfucker shouldn't have it? Was he responsible for saying, okay, for going through all the classified shit and say, give it back? If not, shit. No, that's how dumb shit happen. You know that motherfucker crazy.
No. I will understand if he had different things mixed all up in there, like some motherfucking building for kids, or some motherfucking gay rights bill type shit happening mixed up in it. It's specifically foreign shit, that retaliation we have specifically in nuclear weapons. Specific shit. Actually, that means he asked for that. He grabbed that. He wanted that.
Wait a minute. Actually, that is the shit they can tell you about. They didn't put all of the documents all of the documents that he took. It's not in the indictment. That's only the shit they can tell you about. He had many more documents with that, but the shit was so fucking sensitive that they didn't want to take the chance on the shit being outed in court.
197. They got all of them.
They ain't got what they might have got all of them.
Well,
but it's certain ones that they I'll say publicizing.
But you don't understand what I'm saying.
But I understand.
It's nothing there that makes it different. Makes it
don't
accidental.
Make it different.
It's specific things being grabbed.
I understand what you're saying. But what I am saying It's what kind of procedures was there in place? Because look, up until now, we know this much. Like I say, if it happened with another president, we don't know, because the people that are responsible for probably called them and say, okay, look, you think you still in possession of this file? We don't have this file right here, or we don't have this dossier or whatever, and we don't send somebody out there to look through it or send somebody to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. Then you leave it at that. The problem with this motherfucker is they call him and told him several times, you got such and such and such and such and such. We need that back. He didn't want to give it back.
Exactly.
He tried to conceal it, hide the shit, keep the shit. That's where the problem came in. If he had a went ahead when they called him and they said, we need these records back.
Like who did?
Like Biden and Pence did.
Exactly. And when he grabbed that shit, it was different types of wild ass shit mixed around. Meaning this is accidental type shit. There's no specific things that's in their house. It's specific for this clown ass.
I dig what you're saying. But still, they called the dumb motherfucker and said, hey, we need that back. Instead of him just going ahead and nipping it in the bud, y'all come get this shit. And it probably been quiet. And it wouldn't have rose to the level that it is now. The shit is his fault. Dumbass brought it on himself, because all he had to do was say, okay, yeah, the shit is at the Mar-a-Lago. I tell you what, y'all send somebody down here. I'm gonna make sure it's secure till you get here and you can go through it. No, he motherfucking, if what they found was him trying to hide it on the fucking stage in the fucking Mar-a-Lago ballroom, in a stacked in a bathroom, in his office, and in his bedroom. If that was he was trying to hide, that's you about the stupidest motherfucker in the world. You call that hiding and getting rid of it and covering up shit? Motherfucker, you trying to go to jail. I don't get it. The whole thing, the whole situation is stupid because it could have been avoided.
I mean, when they found some of this shit, this was in the bathroom. Already, somebody been already through it though. It's all on the floor. It's all thrown around.
Right.
It's like this is not nuclear shit in there. I just can't believe he had to get locked up, bro.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. Can nobody that love Trump agree with him giving away nuclear weapons program shit, bro?
Well, if anybody,
you can't agree with that.
I agree with that, but if anybody got it, that shit ain't no good now. They done changed all that shit.
But it was the fact that he tried to take it.
The fact that he did it is the fact. The fact is what like you said, the fact is that he did it. But it's this. I'm still stuck on the stupidity of this dude. Dude, you cannot anyone be that dumb? Because you didn't accidentally, they're not accusing you of accidentally taking it. If you accidentally took it, blah, 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 one thing, mistakes happen, blah, 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 shit would have been over. But you're accused of purposely taking this shit. Then you accused of trying to hide the shit, and you're trying to obstruct justice for the people getting the shit back. And what I don't understand is how you knew the people was coming. They called you. They sent you letters. They came out there. We need that shit back.
Yeah.
You gave some of it back, but you didn't give it all of it back.
Why though? Why people don't want to understand why you hiding shit? What's this all about, bro?
Bro, I'm not understanding.
You got again.
This shit need to be on dumbest criminals.
You got Nikki Haley, Santos, whatever his fucking name is, Tim Scott, and now you got the newly injected Doug Christie. And everybody know him. He sucked Trump ass for years and years and years. And then he running for fucking president. Now he went, oh, you know what? What are you doing with documents like that? I don't know why he did that. I wouldn't be able to do that. If I was prosecuting, nobody would hear that, bro. You suck. You didn't just suck his ass. You lick balls, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, bro. But I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat either. But I would not vote for anything like these people that's on the Republican side. You best believe that one. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Now, Trump is running against these fools. Tim Scott was asked about abortions, bro. Right?
Go ahead. That's your Republican nominee.
I really think he gonna squeak this. He not gonna. Did I say he gonna win?
Yes, you did.
I said he
You
gonna
said
be
it's
the
gonna come
one
down
that's
to
gonna
him and
be him.
Trump.
And yeah,
No,
it's
he's
gonna
not.
be them two. Yeah,
No, he's
I
not.
really feel that.
I really feel
For
that.
all right, so you gave me your dark horse though, right? Your joint done, or is it? That was my dark horse. I don't remember yours.
I still think it's gonna come down to Trump and DeSantis.
All right, Sanchez. Yours is Sanchez. Mine is motherfucking Tim Scott.
I think it's gonna come because both of them going after the same voters. And if and the worst of this fucking document shit getting all these other motherfucking the other indictments get when people feel as though if the people that don't that feel they can't vote for Trump, they'll vote for DeSantis. But the problem with that is it is somebody that possibly could sneak up because if Trump and DeSantis is running it. Well, he's running 19 points behind, so it's not even close. But if you happen to close the gap and split the vote, then somebody like Nikki Haley, no, I don't think Tim Scott. I think somebody like Pence could sneak in. But
see, you don't even feel good. You don't even feel good about the people besides Tim Scott, who I said, you don't want to bring them up. So all the other people, you don't even feel good about them.
No, Nikki Haley has less chance than Tim
Santos, whoever fuck he named.
DeSantis.
You don't feel good.
DeSantis is this.
You notice
even
that?
though he's 19 points behind. Half of the party is MAGA Republicans. DeSantis is a MAGA Republican. Those who feel that that say for some reason shit got so thick and the money dried up because Trump not gonna use his own money to run a campaign. Say for some reason people the shit got so bad they jumped off ship and the money dried up because that's how you know. And when the money dried, boom, you done. And say the money moved to DeSantis. Them MAGA voters will move with them. Because they're not going to vote for any of the other ones.
But you got to admit, some of the key hot button joints will be abortion, guns, immigration,
and crime.
So we got to ask, what would they answer? We say one thing about this podcast. We be early on the candidates so we can tell you how they thought early before you see them in a big stage, right? Tim Scott, right? He was asked about abortion. I don't know what he feel about abortion. I didn't know. You feel me? But I know he's a Republican, so it's not gonna be good. You feel me? That's how I felt.
You cannot even think about getting into the race on the Republican side unless you are pro-life, anti-abortion.
Exactly.
You don't even have
one thing you can hear from Republicans always is what he just said. And they can always be like, I'm 100% voter or whatever the fuck that is.
You don't even have to ask his position because his position was known when he got on the ballot. So when he got on the ballot, ain't no fucking way. If he got on there as a pro-choice Republican, they would have ran his ass off the ticket already. He wouldn't even have if he doing any fundraising, he wouldn't even got that.
Now he was on a news site they give interviews to candidates, right?
Right.
So she asked him specifically about abortions in America and what do you think? I want everybody just to listen to his answer for a minute.
On the issue of abortion, you called the South Carolina 6-week ban good news for South Carolina. Would you support a 6-week national ban?
Yeah, what I've said consistently is I believe that life has intrinsic value because it comes from God. I'm 100% pro-life conservative. I have a 100% pro-life voting record. If I were president of the United States, I think my first objective on the issue of life is to cultivate a culture that protects life. I would stop radical states from having abortion on demand in the 40th week.
So would you sign a 6-week abortion ban?
Thank you for asking the question twice. But here's what I would suggest. That in order for us to be able to have a conversation about limits, let's start with a 40-week. Would you agree with a 40-week abortion?
I'm a journalist.
Well, you have an opinion though. So here's my point.
I'm also a woman.
Here's my point. Well, I mean, so you.
So I do have an opinion. Yes.
Yeah, of course. But I did too.
I mean, look, I've heard you answer with.
How about let me answer the question? I know you get to ask the question. I'm going to give you my answer to the question.
Go ahead.
And here's my answer.
See, that's why.
America will not find itself having a conversation. Listen, I've said on the campaign trail a dozen times, if I were president of the United States, I would certainly have a 15-week limit. 72% of Americans agree with that position. I don't think any state should be allowed to have abortions up until the day of birth. That is my position. I've also said very clearly, because I think you have to tell the American people the truth, even the 15-week limit is not possible unless we change the hearts and minds of the American people, because it can't get through Congress. The current Congress today won't even pass a 20-week limit. Therefore, the conversation about how conservative you can go on the federal level is inconsequential if we don't figure out how to change the hearts and minds of the American people.
Now, it's two things I want to bring on the top of right now. What you just said. Two angles I want to come from: politics and, first of all, 20-week ban, right? He stops and say, I'm pro-life, right? I got 100%. See, they say that. He said, I got 100% voting record on whatever the fuck. But you still good with whatever the fuck he want to do. 15-week. It's hard for me to understand when you say you're pro-life, but you're all right with some kind of weeks. It's like, I don't understand that argument, bro. You're supposed to be pro-life. It's supposed to be no weeks for you.
No.
So if you cater into, if you don't know, if you don't want it, no weeks, and that means you debating whether if you want 15 or 20, like you scream you pro-life is irrelevant then. It's like you saying you pro-life means nothing if you want to debate 15 weeks or 20 weeks, right? You feel me? He's saying Congress won't ban a 20 and won't let a 20-week joint go through, right? This one. I know it won't. Way in hell, right? But their whole argument is killing the joint, period, to them is the problem. But why is a 15-week joint good then? What's the difference?
Because
So it makes your argument so stupid.
no, it's stupid because pro-life is a Jedi mind trick. Everybody is pro-life. Even Democrats are pro-life. Everyone is pro-life.
Thank you.
There's not a person in this world, Democrat, Republican, black, white, whoever, who is not pro-life. Let's get that going straight off the break. The problem is, are you for a woman's choice? Okay, are you anti-abortion or anti-choice? I'll put it like that. Because no matter what the situation is, it is always a woman's choice. And it's a woman's choice for a variety of reasons. It could be the health of the mother. It could be the health of the child. It could be a choice that mother doesn't want to have children. It could be any amount of reasons. It could be because of rape. It could be because of incest. It's lots of reasons why a woman may make that choice to terminate that pregnancy. So it isn't about being pro-life. You're not going to meet a person in this world, even if you go to one of these pro-abortion rallies. Them people, they're not murderers. whole thing about this is you have Republicans who want to regulate what a woman does
That's
with her
the
body.
bottom line.
That's
Because it's like I said earlier, it's irrelevant. 1 week, 15 week, 20 week, it's still abortion. I thought you was against that. So you can't then support 15 weeks or whatever the fuck. So you should put the pro-life shit aside and acknowledge that people have to have abortions, bro. It's just real fucking simple. You can't have people leaving other states, flying all the way to another state to get a fucking abortion in America, bro. That's some dumb shit.
because as we say on here every week, you have to know how to listen. You have to open your ear to listen. You have to open your mental ear to listen. When they say we are pro-life, and they are basically calling people, women who have abortions and the doctors who perform it, they're calling you murderers. Okay, the same principle, the exact same principle goes for the gun rights. If we on the side of gun protection, we are pro-life. You can say we are pro-life. And the people who want to flood the street, keep the streets flooded with all kind of weapons that should be on a battlefield, you could call them murderers. The same principle for both issues works both ways. But in the end, everybody's pro-life. Nobody, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with abortions, but I think it's a woman's right to choose. And for whatever reason, it may be.
Exactly. So why put a limit on 1 week, 2 week, 3 week? What's the fucking difference?
Well, up until a certain point, you can't have an abortion anyway.
Exactly. But Republicans want to switch it and take it all the way down
So
to
they're
7
not-
weeks,
they're
2
not
weeks,
gonna
3
t-
weeks. It's stupid
They're
shit.
not going to tell you the truth. And if you want to look, I don't understand it. They want to regulate what a woman does with her body and regulate life in the womb, but they don't want to do shit about lives being taken
Exactly.
out in these streets and
Or not being fed.
in these malls and shopping centers
Homeless.
and all this stuff.
Like,
Right. So
it's like they stop at the abortions with the life shit and forget about the homeless people, the seniors, motherfuckers just starving, poor people. They forget them. You gotta stop abortions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro,
you got to. I mean, look, people.
this shit's
You
dumb,
got
bro.
you got to listen. And this goes on both sides of the argument, because you got people out there on the other side. They need to listen. You need to listen to what you're being told. You know, it's easy to demonize and call the other side murderers when you got people on both sides that don't like abortion. The only difference is
You want to have access to it.
one side says, I don't like it, but it's not my place to take away that woman's choice, because I don't know what's going on in her life with her body. She could carry that child to term and die doing labor. The child could be born with all kind of birth defects that the parents are not equipped to take care of. She could have been raped. She could have been molested. She could have been incest. It could have been the fact that she became pregnant by somebody she doesn't want to, for whatever reason, she doesn't want to have a child with.
sex is, I mean, having a baby is not always we in love, we about to have a family type shit. That
Right.
ain't always how you have babies, man. And Republicans are so fucking dumb. All the things you just listed are the other ways. It's not no we met in high school and hey, we about to, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Yep.
It's like that's how they look at everything. And just like you said, all those other things can happen to a person and they don't want to have that child. Like, what the fuck? This is America. You say it was a free country. So let them make their own fucking decision about that. Why is that hurting you? It's the dumbest shit. You don't give a fuck when they have a baby any fucking way. You
No,
want to
you're
take food stamps away from them when they can't afford it? So who gives a fuck? Why you care about that shit anyway? It's the dumbest shit, bro. It lunches me the fuck out because when it's turn around the guns in the motherfucking black neighborhoods, kids killing each other, they gives a fuck about that. You want to take away food stamps, snaps from all black America and poor white motherfuckers all around America. It's just the dumbest shit, bruh. I don't be getting it, yeah. It's just I just don't get Republican. Like, you got, like, I'm American, right? And there's only two parties. I just want both of them to have a philosophy where I can pick from. Where one of them is just not even a philosophy, they're just racist. Racist and take everything away from the poor and give it to the rich. Like, what is that? I can't support that. I just can't. I don't give a fuck how good the politician is. Overall, those are the things Republicans want. Take from the poor, give it to the rich. Real simple. How can you support dumb shit like that? They don't give a fuck about black culture, Hispanic culture. They don't give a fuck about none of that.
Nah.
It's like, come on, man. We ain't got to pick out Trump or certain people. It's just, that's what they do. That's their thing. I just want all Americans just to understand, not just Americans, black America, to understand the separation of these things and understand the details of all the shit like we've been talking about right here. You know what I'm saying? For the last 45, almost hour. You know what I'm saying?
That comes with being educated to the fact. And
Right
a lot
here.
of people ain't educated to the fact and don't want to be educated to the fact. A lot of people think it don't affect them when it does. But at some point, you know, look, this world in general and this country in particular is in a fucked up place. But it can be changed. If people would take the time to listen, learn, find out what the candidate's about. Ain't nobody telling you who to vote for because it's look, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not, there's a lot of black people out there that subscribe to the Republican philosophy. That's cool. If that's the direction that you think this country should go in, more power to you. And it's a lot that subscribe to what the Democratic platform is. And if those are the directions you think the country should go in, more power to you too. But you need to sit down here. You think that abortion rights don't affect you. You think that gun rights don't affect you. Until you went out and got pregnant by some jerk. Maybe he an abuser, and you sure ain't gonna have no baby by this dude and be tied to him for the rest of your life. So that could be a reason. So you want access to say I can't have this baby, or unfortunately some vile ass dirty motherfucker then chose to pick you to sexual assault. And nobody should force you to carry that pregnancy to term.
Exactly.
And see, a lot of these things that we talk about in the public and talk about in politics, they might not affect you right now, but they may affect you later. They may affect your sons, they may affect your daughters, they may affect your grandsons and granddaughters, your aunts, your uncles, and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that's going on now didn't affect the folks that fought for our civil rights back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. But for what didn't affect them, you know what I'm saying? They paid away and paid a price so that we can have the choices that we have now. And they didn't sacrifice all of that and had lives ended, go through the dogs and the fire hoses, the lynching, the jail, the beatings, the this, that, and the third. For us to sit here now in this generation that's coming up to say, well, that shit don't affect me. Yes, it does. It affects you every day of your life. It affects you when you work in a bullshit job with a bullshit dead end job with no type of advancement. But the programs and the help getting in the community colleges and stuff that one party don't want to give you, but one party wants to supply to you, so you have choices there that you can make good career choices. You know what I'm saying? When you happen to fall on hard times and you want to and you have a need to fall back on one of the public or the safety nets of welfare, food stamps, or whatever, you got one side that's saying fuck you, and the other side that's saying, well, we'll lend you a helping hand, get back on your feet.
It's real simple. You can't. That's why we here to decipher this shit. It's real clear. We don't even tell you who to vote for. But if you vote for a motherfucker that he just subscribed, it's like, we don't fuck with you anyway. It's like, why you vote for that? You know, it's like, come on, man. Or just because, you know, some black people just can't stand Democrats for some odd reason. So that's one problem. But before we get out of here, though, I want to touch on Brittany Griner and shit, right? She's been going through a lot of little shit going on with her. You know what I'm saying? And she played the first game. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. What you think about her playing, first of all, period?
She should. That's her profession. That's how she make her money. I mean, shit, she got snatched up playing over there playing the game, to play the game. But she's a polarized. I ain't gonna say she's a polarizing figure. You just got some jackasses out there that's gonna harass her for whatever reason.
Hell yeah.
You know, some people like her, some people
Some
don't.
motherfucking YouTuber, somebody, what the fuck that nigga was saying? It was a YouTuber or something.
Yeah, you like
Caught in
America
the airport
now
or some
whatever.
shit.
Yeah. You like
Say she don't like America or something. I didn't even understand that.
But see, this is what I don't get. It's people like them, and most of them is like MAGA Republicans or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'll take whatever they cult leaders say to them at face value. Nobody said that Brittany Griner never said it out of her mouth. Colin Kaepernick never said it out of his mouth. And none of the others that took a knee or whatever said it out their mouth that they hate America. It's not about hating America. It's hating the shit that go on in America. You know, we have a problem here, and it was a problem, and it's a problem that still goes on, that it seems that it's okay for police to beat, choke, shoot a black motherfucker to death without consequences. It's happening too often, too many times. It's what would y'all rather have? Riots in the street, or somebody having a peaceful protest that bring attention to the cause?
True.
I don't understand it.
But again, when you just said that attention to the cause, that's key word. Because to me, if Brittany Griner gonna play that right there with that last thing you just said, is what she should be concentrating on. But I don't think that's what she's doing though, bro. I don't know. This was her last motherfucking interview of the game, her first game back. You know what I'm saying? This is a stretch off of it.
Before all this happened, like I knew, You know, we had Americans in places that, you know, that were detained, and but I didn't know how severe, you know, it really was until I lived it. So I guess you could say BG has something else that she's fighting for now.
Griner also said she is.
She sound funny too, bro. I don't know if she sounded like that when she was motherfucking coming out of college, but hey.
Maybe a hormone pill.
Yeah, no. I don't know. My thing about Brittany Griner is I just want you to know that your ass was locked up in Russia, bro. It was a lot of people over here supporting you and trying to get you the fuck out. And you can't come back here in America and act like that didn't happen and just do anything. Your life is dedicated to social issues, gay marriage, whatever the fuck. Gay, lesbian, RTC, whatever the fuck that is.
I give it to her. She had been speaking up about Paul Whelan and some of the others that's still over there. But
yeah,
I don't know. I guess it's still got to be a balance.
I need to hear her. She need to be a voice for all that shit. She's not loud enough for me. You in basketball, like every day they interviewing you, spit some motherfucking black stuff out. What we need, hey, gun violence and black. Hey, they gonna have the mics in their face. Do it.
True.
That's what you're here for. You went back to basketball. They gonna pay you. Now you getting paid. Now use your platform. Now if she ain't doing that, I'm gonna have a problem with the bitch, bro. Be honest with you. I have a problem with that.
I mean, I heard her. I ain't been keeping up with her, but I a couple times I asked, you know, she speak up on it. She's been speaking up on that cause because you know she already said I ain't never leaving this motherfucker again unless I'm going to the Olympics. So
if I'm her, I wouldn't even do that and shit. Fuck that shit.
I should be actually go to the Olympics.
You think so? I wouldn't do it.
Hell yeah,
You go to the Olympics if it end up in Russia, bro?
All that motherfucking security. We'll never go.
That.
We'll never go to the Olympics in Russia again. Russia won't even get Olympics.
Shit.
It won't get Olympics. Not now.
They ain't even competing for shit
Putin,
like that no more.
Not with Putin.
They losing the motherfucking low ass country beside them. They getting their ass sponking on.
You know,
with our help.
They'll never get another Olympics with Putin in charge. That's
spunking on right now.
If Russia had Olympics, it would be all the NATO countries would boycott.
Appreciate everybody tuning into the Hoodview Politics, man. Each and every Tuesday night live, surprise nights. You never know when we come in like tonight. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Something like that.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you gather some information you ain't know about before you tuned into this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
37 counts to the former president of the United States. His second time being indicted. He a two-time impeachment man. A two-time indictment man.
His ass going to jail. Well, his ass, he ain't going to jail, but he need to go to jail.
Lord, my God, yeah. Each and every Tuesday, man. Appreciate you, everybody, man. Holler at your boys. Live Tuesdays. Hoodview Politics from the gut, from the hood. We're going to give you all that from our point of view. You know what I'm saying, dog? Deep detail dive. Yeah,
talking about politics coming from a view of the streets. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers.